be 9 points adrift of the league leaders from Odsal, who enter Wilderspool with 8 wins from 8, their best start to a season since 1977, when they won their first 11, then drew the 12th and lost match number 13. Paul Dixon is a forward, though, in the mood to take Bradford to the title. Warrington, along with Bradford, pushed them all the way, as close as anybody, to Wigan last season. And tonight, these two stand toe-to-toe to slug it out. Warrington will be glad that Jonathan Davis is back. Bradford Northern and Paul Newlove, one of the best in the world. 23 years old, 14 caps for his country. That will surely be 15 caps come the 22nd of this month, when he pulls on one of the centre jerseys for Great Britain to face the mighty Kangaroos. And Paul Newlove's certainly one of the players who could turn that series Great Britain's way. Warrington's side then quickly through: Penny, Forster, Bateman, Davis, Harris, Maloney and Mackey, who's the captain. And the forwards, it's Hilton, Thursfield and Tees, Maguire, Cullen and Shelford. And on the bench, 19-year-old Mike Wainwright and 27-year-old Gary Sanderson. Alan Bateman, one of the Welshmen under the microscope, with Mike Nicholas as our guest on the programme tonight, the Welsh team manager. Bateman surely will be in that Welsh side to face the Australians. He has 6 Welsh caps already. He'll make it 7 on the 30th. Bradford, Watson, Caudle, Frace, Newlove, Myers, Summers and Fox the captain. Up front it's Powell, Donahue, Bourneville, Dixon, Furbank and McDermott. And on the bench, the evergreen David Heron with Paul Medley. Match referee, 35-year-old John Connolly from Wigan, a regular on the Sky Friday night programme. And Jonathan Davis is back for Warrington. Big boost for them. Substitute in the third test against the Aussies in 1990 at Ellen Road. That's his only appearance against the Kangaroos so far. So the top match from the Stones Bitter Championship this weekend comes to you live from Wilderspool. Warrington against Bradford. Dixon with the first run, and what a storming tackle immediately.
That's the start that Warrington needed. They realise, and look how pumped up they are. Great hit there. Cullen went straight in, no messing. You could see him turn round to his teammates. Come on, we mean business. And they look at...
Well, Cullen will be wound up as anybody sent off in the meeting last month at Odsal, which Warrington lost. There he is, Cullen, the dummy half. This is Mackey. Tees. He gets it away to Maloney. Maloney finds Bateman. Bateman looking for Forster. And Bradford with a devil's own job to keep them out. The ball came forward.
Because of the knock-on, they'll put the scrum down. Beautiful hands to get the ball out wide to Forster. He knew he was heading for the touchline. Tried desperately to keep the ball back inside. But it'll be a head and feed. He knew there was no way to go. The chance was there.
So it's Bradford now in possession. This is Neil Summers. Forster, 9 tries already this season in the big league. And Bradford, in the shape of Brian McDermott, disappearing under some thundering challenges. And that's not the best pass in the world either. Fox had to stretch for that to retain possession for his team. Donahue, the acting halfback. Big crowd inside Wilderspool tonight. They're really getting behind their team. Another big crunching hit from Mark Hilton. Oh, Eugene Bourneville knows he's in a match. Fox, under pressure from Maguire. He was clattered as he kicked that ball downfield. Penny is underneath it for Warrington. Good tackling now from Bradford. And the ball's come free. Bradford have it back. Good play by McDermott. The referee, though, has given Warrington a penalty.
Reefing the ball away. Second row, Carl Fairbank, the culprit. Good touch judge there. Well spotted. No offence to John Connolly. He wanted to play the advantage. Touch judge quickly waving the flag. There's the culprit.
So Warrington restart. Here comes Hilton, 19 years old, academy tourist this summer, the vice-captain of the tour. Thursfield, the dummy half. He finds Mackie, and then with his head down, it was Gary Tees driving the ball in. Mackie now. Here's Kelly Shelford on a diagonal run. He found Davis, but Davis just slipped as he collected that ball under pressure from Donoghue. Warrington playing the ball quickly and making ground here with Cullen. Cullen has got support. Oh, what a great tackle from Watson.
That's got to be a penalty.
It's now with Harris. Harris trying to get away, going for the corner, and he's dumped into touch. And what's more, he's dumped into the advertising board.
Well, this should have been a penalty before all this, but the youngster gets big treatment. Watson holds him up, the big forwards come to him, and wham, straight into it. Tough youngster though, Yston Harris. But to mine, that should have been a penalty. The Warrington player was Cullen, the second row, tried to get up and play the ball and was poleaxed.
Fox feeds, and Warrington is straight offside. Here's that incident now, Steve-O. Watson lucky to get away with this.
Well, you can see there Shelford there. Beautiful tackle from the fullback Watson, but he's interfered with, and it was Carl Fairback coming on from an offside position, and crunch time. But it was a superb pass, held it up nicely, did the loose forward Kelly Shelford. Second row Cullen racing through.
Warrington have started this match like a team who know their season's on the line. Bradford, the league leaders, in possession here, with McDermott spinning away from the tacklers. One or two high shots going in.
That's a problem with the Warrington defence all this season. They really haven't been getting it right in the defensive patterns.
Fox under pressure, gets the ball away.
This is where Derek Fox will slow things down a bit, just a little kick downfield.
Dabbed it into the corner, there's Fox, that's a good kick too. Harris is there, and Harris is collared by Gerald Cordell. Two Welsh wingers there.
Beautiful kick and chase there, well done the youngster. Harris did rile to get back in time, but there's the man Derek Fox. You realise things were just getting overheated. Calmed it down, neat little chip over the top. The experience showing there.
Well, John Connolly has pinned Bradford for offside as they chase that ball downfield. And Yston Harris is still feeling the effects, no doubt, of that clatter into the advertising hoardings up the other end just a few moments ago. So the heat off Warrington for the moment. This is Gary Tees. He disappears under Powell and Bourneville. Thursfield, the acting halfback. Hilton. Good tackling there by Fairbank downstairs. Mackie. That's a good ball from him. Brought Cullen into it. Certainly Cullen is as wound up as any of these Warrington players. Mackie, short ball, Lee Penny. Good tackling by the second rower, Paul Dixon.
Superb timing between Penny. Bit high there.
Well, the referee taking the decision that Tees had ducked into the challenge. Davis under pressure from Donoghue. It's a monstrous kick. This is one for Watson, who's fumbled it, but he was tackled without the ball. The referee immediately has blown the penalty.
Little doubt about it.
The ball came out of the sky.
Little doubt about this one. You'll see Shelford coming to the picture. Crunch time. Takes him out before any attempt is made at the football. Now you see, you're not allowed to touch the player unless he is in possession of the ball. Good refereeing by Connolly. But what an almighty kick. They're fired up at Warrington. Bradford are in the doldrums.
League leaders Bradford, 8 out of 8. 0-0 here at Wilderspool. 7 minutes gone. It's a real collision of two of the top teams in the Stonesborough Championship, this. The big league at its biggest. Frace gets the ball away one-handed. Watson now. Nowhere for him to go. He gets away from Maloney though, but then disappears under the challenge of the next two, Thursfield and Mark Hilton. Fox, another little kick for the corner. That's good kicking again by Fox, but that will just take a bounce and a spin, and it was just too much behind it in the end. It looked like he'd weighted it perfectly at one stage.
Took a kick to the right. Not happy with it, Derek Fox, but they're the type of tactics that he knows that he has to use now. Bradford have not had possession to settle things down as yet. May as well play the Warrington quarter.
Bruce Maguire, the man they brought from Sheffield, Kelly Shelford. Certainly the forwards are doing all the hard work at the moment, building the platform. Mackie gets it away to Maloney. Shelford on his own from dummy half. Race went the wrong way. Harris with a good run. Eventually it was held by Caudle. Last tackle here for Warrington. Watch for the high kick again from Davis. They'll try the kick once more. Davis races after it to put them all onside. Nobody was there. It bounced into no man's land, and Bradford, in the shape of Furbank, got it back. Warrington offside.
Interfering at the play of the ball, just a little touch on the wrist, on the ankle, should I say. Whilst he was playing that, John Connolly not deeming any advantage. Only a little one, it was enough. That man was deemed to be offside, and rightly so.
Good support play from Roy Powell. Maguire, the man at fault at the play of the ball. That's why Bradford are in possession with Dixon. And Mackie and Dixon are really having an eye-to-eye confrontation. Summers, Watson, Mueller, first touch for him. Just look at the aggression here.
Well, a bit of a knee going in there. Fairbank won't be too happy with it. Dixon, sorry. Neither would I.
Watson to Powell, taking on Maguire, failing against Cullen.
Warrington are moving up very quickly indeed. They're forcing Bradford into one-out football.
There's a high kick from Fox. Here's a tester for Penny. Oh, Penny! Oh, he gets into the third attempt under pressure from Fox. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Some match, Steve-O. 10 minutes gone.
End-to-end stuff, but Bradford have been caught on 2 occasions now from the dummy half position. They're getting very slow to get the second marker in there, and the dummy from the dummy half, and they're away.
Warrington aiming for their first victory in 6 over Bradford over the past 3 seasons, but they won't get it with play like that.
Bit of confusion there. They were trying to use Cullen, was the Australian Bruce Maguire, but you could see that Cullen was squeezed into the path of the big second rower. Bad mistake, crucial time.
John Connolly warning the Warrington defensive line not to move up. Play continues here. This is New Love. That's good play by Bateman. He forced him back, but he still managed to get the pass over the top to David Myers. David Myers, who had a spell here at Warrington, 1989-90, played 6 games for this club. Powell now ducking his head, driving it in. 12 metres inside the Warrington half. Ball played untidily. Donahue finds Furbank.
I think it came off a Warrington foot, but that's not played rightly.
Well, the referee...
Well, Fairbank tried to play the ball with his head still buried in the ground.
Summers dabbed it into the corner. Summers is after it. And Harris is there to sweep up the danger for Warrington. But you're right, that should have been a penalty at least further back.
There's a nice kick into the corner. Full credit to the youngster Harris again. He put his body on the line.
Here he is again, Yestin Harris. He's only 18, 2 under 21 caps, certainly a star of the future, this Warrington winger. Maguire spills the ball again, makes a gift of it to Dixon. Warrington man flat out. Here's New Love. New Love with the strength. It takes 3 to bring him down. Donahue, the dummy half. It's back with Watson. Watson looking round then. Nowhere for him to go. Took the tackle from Bateman. Bourneville now. Gets the ball away. Watson's clattered but still manages to keep it alive to Powell. Powell still. Desperate defence here from Warrington. 10 metres short of the line with Fox. Fox to Watson, not the best ball. Davis hacks it forward. Races after him. Davis with soccer skills. Couldn't get it. He has now.
One-armed wonder there. It looked as though Davis had gone past it. Drags it back into him, underneath the legs. Mackey helps proceedings.
But Warrington lost the ball in the very next tackle. Bradford have got it back. And here comes Donoghue.
Mistakes are plenty, and Mackey has got to be for that one. He's been a little bit excited all throughout this game. 13 minutes into it, 13 unlucky there. You can see clearly the swinging arm. We criticise referees, but they're not that blind.
Greg Mackey trying this fixture last season. At the moment we are at 0-0, 13 and a half minutes gone. A slight breather while the ball is retrieved from the crowd, and here comes Powell. 4-2 on the penalty count to the visitors, the league leaders, Bradford Northern, 100%, 8 from 8. Stern test.
That's a problem with both sides. They're making errors, and it's brought about by pretty heavy tackling.
Dixon's lost it. There's another error.
Well, this game is played at a frantic pace. Dixon tried to get the right boot to it. Pretty dangerous in my book.
Yes, Thursfield had to be brave to just pat the ball back. Here's Thursfield again. The man under pressure.
Well, the adrenaline is pumping throughout all these players. I wonder which side is going to just settle down the quickest. They'll start taking control if they do. Respect possession. It's vital.
Well, the both sets of forwards, Steve, have been thundering into each other in the challenges. Here's one now for Hilton. Furbank tackling him round the ankles. Donoghue round the shoulders. Mackey now. A kick from him to the corner. Is there too much meat behind that one as well? There is. Runs dead.
Nice option. He knew what he was going to do. There you see Bradford, 60%.
Yeah, 60-40 the possession. Quarter of an hour of this match gone. It's gone by in a flash, hasn't it? Bourneville doing well. Plenty of strength on show there. Gets the ball away to Fox. And the good job that Mackey was there to haul Derek Fox down. Furbank, now Powell. Good tackle by Warrington. Donoghue making the yards on his own, the hooker.
Making a good fist of it, isn't it? On his second game in the number 9 shirt.
Summers, that's a great break. He's got support there from Furbank. Oh, Furbank lashes out at Mackey. He goes down in a heap looking for a penalty, and the referee will bring it back for a penalty now to Warrington. I think he's called Newlove for offside.
Offside is the ruling, but he'd plenty to go from. Mackey wouldn't get away from him. Fairbank says, get out of the way, I'll use it.
Was that a trip by Mackey?
Well, he tried to milk it on that second phase. It was a great tackle from Mackey, who had been there in the sweeping role. But what a beautiful run from Summers. To be fair, Summers, well, he's been the form number 6 for me this season.
Just wonder whether Newlove really was offside in that movement there. It looked like, from the angle that we saw it, that Newlove was behind the ball. However, we haven't got the whistle. John Connolly has, and it stays at 0-0. Mackey, only a little fella, but plenty of strength.
Well, it looked a trip to me, didn't it?
Well, I say Mackey's got plenty of strength. He needs it. He's flat out.
Well, it was Powell involved. Now, was there another player come to him? It looks like Dixon. Oh, that's a swinging arm. And connected.
Well, remember, Dixon and Mackey were eyeballing each other earlier, and our cameras caught a little knee from Mr. Mackey on Mr. Dixon. I wonder if this is a little bit of, well, one back.
Didn't miss. Lucky boy, from what we've seen over the past couple of weeks. There's a point there where the merry whistleblowers were getting very excited about putting their hands in the back pocket, bringing out the red card. A relieved second rower, Paul Dixon.
The referee wants, I think, a word. He's calling Carl Fairbank to him and the captain, Derek Fox. Mackie, little spot of blood beneath the nostril, and I think the referee has got Bradford and Carl Fairbank for the flop. Yes, he has. Warrington with this penalty then. Not even in Jonathan Davis's range, he finds touch. That's a good kick. Taken Warrington to the 20-metre mark. Here come the big boys again. Oh, but that's awful play. Shelford tried to switch the direction of the attack and threw the ball out of play. First tackle. Johnson will be furious.
Set move, trying to get the ball out wide. It was not the best pass. Once again, Warrington becoming their own worst enemy.
Watson now taking on Maloney and Bateman losing out. Strong run from McDermott. Brian McDermott was on loan to Doncaster last season and he's lost the ball there and he's got it back, but it could be a knock on, the referee will call. Well, it should have been a penalty. That was Hilton.
Hilton using the left arm. He didn't drag the ball out, he just punched it in. Wretched rule, Steve-O. It's not the best.
And Maloney feeding the scrum there while Greg Mackey takes a breather from that hefty bang he got.
I beg your pardon, he did what? He didn't feed it. Never went anywhere near it, the tunnel.
Well, feeding in the modern idiom. Not in the purest day in your day, old boy. Hilton with the drive. Thursfield to Mackey. Here's Maloney. That's a good ball from Maloney. Bateman hit that at pace. And it was Dixon who had to pull him down. Thursfield, the dummy half, going for his own. Thursfield! He got it on the line, and on the line is four. John Thursfield. His first ever try for Warrington. What a night to score it.
This is the build-up to it. Mackey started to take control. You don't very rarely see this, and that's the centre. Paul Newlove missing a tackle. Crash time. Bateman showed all the strength. He wanted to get on with the job. He did. Quick play the ball. Thursfield knew that the traffic was going backwards, and not the best attempt there. Well played by the hooker Thursfield. It all came about by playing the ball quickly. The Bradford defence were in total disarray. Let's get on with it, he says. Get out of the way. Nothing they could do with it. Fox took a half a dummy. Watson couldn't stop it. And Thursfield's first try for the club. What a time to take it.
Yes, he hasn't scored in 54 appearances before tonight. The smile says it all. He's a young man under pressure. Much talk about a new hooker being brought in here to Wilderspool. But John Thursfield has come up with the first 4 points of the evening. Reward for his endeavour. Jonathan Davis then. 29 goals, 75 points from the Welshman. Good to see the terracing here at Wilderspool packed for this one. 5th place Warrington, the league leaders Bradford. They don't come much bigger than this. Davis with the conversion attempt, and he's pulled it wide. 4-0 Warrington, Thursfield's try.
You can see Derek Fox arrowed there. It just comes out too quickly, takes the dummy. It's enough for the hooker to take advantage. Watson couldn't stop him. Well taken, 4 points.
Well done, John Thursfield, the former Woolston amateur. Woolston, of course, one of the leading lights in the National Conference. He had to be patient and serve his apprenticeship under Dwayne Mann. 4-0. His try separates the two sides.
A lot of speculation as well around this area that Warrington are on the lookout for another hooker. Nothing better to spur on the man in the hot seat to score a try. Prove the club wrong.
Forster with a driving run. And Summers was collaring him, not letting him get anywhere. And Donoghue coming in to add a touch of assistance. Offside. Bradford moving up far too quickly.
The hooker Jason Donoghue, David Fraser, quite a few to go for. Connolly very quick to spot that.
John Connolly, referee of the year, quick on the whistle. Of course, the Australian Greg McCallum docked in this part of the world in the north of England yesterday. The new man who will have control of the referees in the big league. I'm sure he is glued to the set tonight as well.
And boy, oh boy, don't we need him.
Shelford saw a little gap. It was quickly closed down. Dixon with a great tackle. It had to be. Mackey now. Mackey gets it out to Cullen. Cullen scores! Has he got the ball down? Yes, he has. The referee points to the spot. And Paul Cullen, the man who was sent off at Onsell last month, comes up with Warrington's second.
He was fired up, was Cullen, for this one, but Mackey, it's a beautiful pass. To run the dummy there. He runs the arc as Cullen. They held off too much. The power takes him over. But look how Mackey weaves in. Not much of a dummy, but it's enough there to pull out Summers. The pass on the wide. The run on the arc. The 4 points is taken. Master there, the little step. There goes Summers towards him. The overlap's in. Newlove just pulled out of that defence. Nothing that Myers could do. What a great try.
14 years at Warrington for Paul Cullen. And what a night for firsts this is. He has never scored against Bradford in his career before. The crowd at Wilderspool hush then as Davis takes this second conversion attempt in the past 4 minutes. And again he pushes it in front of the posts. He's unhappy, Warrington's Jonathan Davis, but they lead by 8 points to 0.
Look at the confusion. The dummy runner back on the inside makes of the defence. Mackey pulls it across. It's enough for Newlove to hesitate. And enough time for Cullen to take the 4 points. Well worked try.
Paul Cullen sent off against Bradford at Odsal. Now he's come up with his first try of the season and his first try against Northern. That ball was just safe from going out by Mark Forster. There could only have been centimetres in that, and Forster's got a bang on the head.
Did Dixon get to him with the knees? I think Dixon had already committed himself into the tackle. There's Forster coming back. Didn't look too much to me. There's a winger back on the inside. Myers brings him down. Assistance from Newlove. Here comes the second rower. Knee perhaps making contact. Side of the head.
No, Forster certainly felt it, no doubt about that. Player receiving treatment. The referee, John Connolly, rightly says let's come in 5 metres away from the grounded Forster and let's get on with the game. And off we go.
Well, quite a lot of niggling in this game already. Swinging arms, seen a few elbows, clenched fists. Let's hope that Connolly keeps control.
Gary Tees and McDermott having a word or two as well, while that play the ball was taken and play moved towards Roy Powell, who has now got possession for Bradford. Donoghue to Fairbank. Good tackling. They seem wound up, don't they, Warrington?
Well, it's been one of their problems, hasn't it, already this season? Their forward power not showing the same zip, vim and vigour that we saw last year.
But their home form this season, Steve-O, has been exceptional. Bradford unbeaten home or away. Warrington are unbeaten here at Wilderspool. Frace trying to get away from Davis, and then Harris comes piling in. Peter Fox knows the 100%ers have got that record on the line at the moment. Last tackle it is for Bradford.
Better play from Bradford. They really haven't played out their full six on every occasion.
Towering kick from Fox. Underneath it was Newlove, who ran from an onside position. The ball spills, and eventually the last tackle is completed on Donahue. Bradford then was so close.
Well taken by Newlove there under heavy traffic. Dixon tried to keep the ball alive. Real will-o'-the-wisp, isn't he, Jason Donahue, relishing in the new role of hooker. Halfback, of course.
Yes, Donahue, the man from Lee, who had a spell at Leeds last season. Bradford picked him up, probably saw him as cover for Derek Fox, but he has slotted in as an emergency hooker from the bench in the last 5 matches, and he's doing well in the role here. Warrington not doing well on that occasion, just couldn't hang on to the ball, Bruce Maguire.
Well, he was trying to keep the ball alive and paid the penalty. Really, the pass was never on. Oh. Heavy traffic.
Oh, Newlove being dumped to the ground, and unfairly. Use of the elbow by Cullen.
Well, everything but the kitchen sink gets involved into this one. Shelford on the top. Couldn't see much anything there. Yes, there it comes. Cullen came late. Well, he's taking a few heavy breaths, isn't he, the referee, John Connolly? There's a few out there walking a tightrope.
Coming up to half an hour gone. Warrington with 2 tries in 4 minutes. Lead here at Wilderspool. They're unbeaten at home. Bradford now trying to reply with Fairbank. So close to that Warrington line, 5 metres. It's now with Fox. This is Summers. Good defence by Maloney. The tackle was not completed. The referee says play on. Watson, good long ball. Dixon steps inside one. Can't get away from the next pair in. Last tackle it is for Bradford. Bang in front of the posts. It's with Fox. Little diagonal kick. Can it come up again? It was hacked away, and on that far side, Myers was so close, and Forster sees the joke in it, but I don't know whether anyone else will. Had Myers got to that ball.
Well, how many times do we see Derek Fox do that reverse kick back into the post? Warrington were very, very susceptible to that. Lucky to get away with it.
He was only a yard away, wasn't he, Myers? But Bradford have the chance here with another set of 6. Watson. Davis had moved up quickly. Watson drifted away from him. And Lee Penny brought him down. This is Summers. Tackled by Harris. 5 metres short of the line, Bradford. With McDermott standing in the tackle despite 4.
Trouble is, there was no second phase of attack. Bradford forgot to support the man with the ball.
Bourneville thought about releasing it, then did release it. In fact, he lost it. It's classed as a knock-on. The referee will put the scrum down.
Well, they had plenty of goes at it. The big prop forward, Bourneville, there. But why he tried to get the ball away? Look at that. There's 3 Warrington players surrounding him. No point in taking the risk.
Maloney. And tackled there by Brian McDermott, former heavyweight boxing champion in the Royal Marines, and apparently all his Royal Marine colleagues are watching north of the border tonight.
Good defence there from Bradford. They've gone up a gear. They realise it. 8 points adrift. Well, a bit of a lashing, I'm sure, from their coach Peter Fox. But an indifferent display, but let's not take anything away from Warrington. Their defence has moved up quickly. force Bradford into a one-out situation.
Did well there, kept the ball alive, Warrington. Thursfield found Bateman, and Bateman got it out wide to Forster, who tosses the ball back inside, and Thursfield moving up is able to retain possession for Warrington. The referee said the ball went backwards. It's play on. Davis steps around Summers, gets away from Fairbank. Lovely speed off the mark from Davis. Corden's after him, and Corden's tackle was so severe that Davis couldn't hang on. Here comes Fox. What a match this is turning into.
Beautiful style from Jonathan Davis there, but Caudle came back, did all the hard work. Impact gets the ball free. Bradford on the rack there, both of them down injured.
Yes, two Welshmen will need treatment, and Warrington meanwhile all caught offside.
Davis will be wondering whether perhaps there's plenty to go at there, 4 at least offside. Davis perhaps maybe thinking he should have passed the ball on the inside. There was support there. Perhaps didn't realise that the big shadow of Gerald Caudle was getting nearer and nearer all the time.
Possession is levelling itself up, isn't it now, as you would expect, with Warrington having scored 2 tries. But Donahue trying to reply. Bradford in possession, so close to those posts. Penalty to Bradford. Everything seemed to stop then for a moment. The Warrington men, though, moving off the mark.
Well, you can see there, the Australian Bruce Maguire. You've got to come back to 10 before you can go forward and interfere with the play. Just lost the marbles a bit there, Maguire.
Penalty in front of the post.
Unusual headgear.
The Terminator. I know that's Perolini's nickname at St Helens, but Derek Fox then with this penalty attempt. 36 goals so far. Joint top goal kicker in either division, and now he takes the lead on his own. Goal number 37 of the season for Fox, and Bradford are off the mark. It's 8-2. Just take a look at this run from Davis.
Nice style. There was support on the inside. You could see Shelford looming there, but Caudle, crunch time. He felt it.
Warrington taking their time in getting to the halfway line. That's why referee John Connolly with both hands up to hold the clock up. Well, Bradford here have won 10 out of 20 visits to Wilderspool, but they're 6 points adrift at the moment. Their winger Carl Hall not playing tonight, so we can hear from him now with Bill.
Carl, that's 2 points on the board. You need to get back in the game a bit more, though.
Yeah, Jonathan missed 2 goals, so we're back in the game there. All we need is a try to kick. Warrington's come at us all guns blazing, and we knew they would. They didn't play last week, and I think we've weathered their storm a little bit, but they're still going for gold out there.
Well, you seem to, just before that penalty, was probably your best phase of the game so far, I should think.
Yeah, like I said, they're always a tough team to play here, and we're just coming right now. I think, like I said, we've weathered the storm. It's only 8-2 in it, and 6 points a week. We can score tries from anywhere.
It's been some storm, hasn't it?
It sure has. I would have rather been out there than sitting here, because they're bashing the boys out there, and they're coming up real fast and really putting good big hits on.
But of course, top of the table, unbeaten, you're bound to be targets, aren't you?
Well, everyone's going to raise their game for us, and we know that, but we've just got to battle on and do what we do best.
It's Lee Penny for Warrington, who looked as though he might have been taken a bit high by David Watson. The crowd thought so. The referee differed in his opinion. This is Hilton. Yeah, it's a good point that Carl Hall made there. Warrington missing that match at the weekend because so many of their Cumbrian contingent were in opposition to the Australians at Workington. So they're into this match fresh as daisies, and my word, the opening 37 minutes or so, they look very fresh, they look very eager. Thursfield lays it back to Mackey, thought about a drop goal. Davis, not the best ball in the world from Davis. Harris picks it up under pressure from Caudle, he drops it. Davis picks up the pieces, flicks it back inside before he hit the line. Play on, and Fox wraps up Mackey. Both sides, though, eager to keep the ball alive if they possibly can. Thursfield with a kick on the last tackle. Underneath it, New Love gets the ball away again, keeps it alive to Myers. Myers drops it. Now that ball went backwards.
Good take here from New Love, keeping the ball alive there. I'm not so sure that the coach, Peter Fox, would be happy with that. Maybe a hand involved, Cullen perhaps. It's a bit scrappy out there.
David Myers looking over his shoulder, not at Peter Fox, but at the scoreboard, which is in that corner. And it shows that Warrington are ahead 8-2. And on the attack here with Penny. Frace with the tackle, not completed. It's Maloney.
Been a good tussle between the two number 6s, Summers and Maloney.
Here's Shelford. Shelford escapes the clutches of Burbank. Calls Harris back inside. Harris then runs flat and now straightens.
Beautiful step off the right foot from the youngster, Easton Harris.
Thursfield again. Mackey. Long ball misses out Davis into the arms of Bateman. Bateman dabs it for the corner. The race is on. Did Bateman get it first? Bateman says he did. John Connolly agrees. That was inventive play from Alan Bateman. Dabbed it for the corner and won the race.
Super play by the Welshman. Long ball from Mackey, not the best. Taken on the half volley. You could see that they were both square towards him. No way in the world that Myers should get back for it. And Bateman in at the corner. Plenty of words, I'm sure, will be said to David Myers over this one. Kick through. Myers sets off, but then seems to just saunter and tries to kick it rather than take the body onto the ball. A delighted Alan Bateman, and rightly so.
He loves playing at Wilderspool. He scored in every one of Warrington's home matches so far. And that's his 5th try of the season. So Alan Bateman, ever present for Wales since they were reborn in 1991. And there is Bateman. And this is now his Welsh international captain, Jonathan Davis. We must be wondering when Warrington are going to go in close to the posts, because the conversion attempts keep on getting tougher. That's the angle he's got this time. He's missed with 2 already. But the first 2 were tracer bullets for the third. And Jonathan Davis makes it 14-2.
No one at home. You can see both Newlove and Myers are up there. Good thinking from Bateman. Belted into the corner. But look at the last moment. You'll see that Myers slows down to try to kick the football, when really he should have put his body on the line. He didn't, and that man picks up 4.
Bateman then with the 4 points, and he will immediately run it back at the Bradford defence. We're in stoppage time in this first half, and what a good opening 40 minutes it has been for Warrington. Bradford really have run the tries in and scored the points with gay abandon this season, and their defence has been pretty tight as well, but they have been breached 3 times by this Warrington side, who, on the evidence of this 41 minutes that we've seen so far tonight, Steve-O, they look back to their form of last season.
Well, they knew perhaps it was going to be the last throw of the dice if they were going to challenge for anything in this big league championship. We said that the kicking game of Jonathan Davis, and that is another bad mistake to add to a not impressive list of fundamental errors that Bradford have displayed in this first half.
Well, Jonathan Davis picked him out with the kick downfield. Gerald Caudle aimed it straight at the Welsh winger. He couldn't get out of the way of it.
Well, we said before the game, Eddie, that the importance of Jonathan Davis coming back into this side, not just for the confidence, but his kicking game.
And look at this. Maloney has dabbed it through for Davis, who scores under the posts. Oh, Warrington are running white hot. It was lovely play from Maloney, the number 6 for Warrington. Dabbed it forward. Davis aired after it. They weren't going to deny him, and he
Little touch of genius from Francis Maloney. The coaches say you can't afford not to have your fullback in the line at the scrum. Well, when that occurs and your wingmen are too slow to spot that, well taken. That was a superbly taken try. They knew exactly what was on. He was onside. Remember, as I mentioned, fullbacks always stand square at the line now. Open range.
Well, I said Jonathan Davis must have been wondering when his teammates were going to touch down under the posts, and so he decided to do it himself. He's bang in front, and he's about to turn his own 4 into 6. Half-time at Wilderspool. Warrington take a stranglehold on this match. 20 points to 2. Jonathan Davis with a couple of conversions and a try of his own. Paul Cullen has been wound up for this match, and he has typified this Warrington performance. Warrington will be well pleased with their opening 40 minutes work. I'm not so sure the same will be said for Bradford and their coach Peter Fox. But it was Thursfield who got them underway with that try. It's 20 points to 2 at the break.
You're watching
Half-time by 20 points to 2. Thursfield, Cullen, Bateman, Davis. 2 goals from Davis, 1 goal from Derek Fox. The first time this season that Bradford Northern, the unbeaten, in fact the 100% league leaders, have been behind at half-time. Tremendous entertainment. Warrington leading against Bradford Northern, 20 points to 2. Mike Nicholas, the Welsh team manager, is watching this match with us. And Mike, the fact that so many Welshmen have been involved here tonight and playing so well, it's a great bonus for you, this.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody could have forecast this scoreline. What can you say about the Magic Man?
I assume you mean Mr. Davis.
Alan Bateman, one-on-one with one of the best centres in the league. Mr. Newlev, he's come up to trumps. Very encouraging.
It's an encouraging night for the Welsh, there's no doubt about it. Steve-O, it is an encouraging night for Warrington.
Yeah, we said before the game that this season hasn't been the best for them, stop-start affair, mainly due to the fact that the forwards haven't been laying the platform. Well, we saw from the very first second, Cullen went berserk in the first 15 minutes, led the way, and really give them that feeling to get stuck into it. They knew that it was how important this game was. They had to win to be up there with the big boys.
Well, they did. And the thing is, you know, I just wonder, we say that, and yet you talk to the players and they say, oh, there's a long way to go and all this sort of business. But if they were to lose tonight, and let's be honest, Bradford could still come back and they could still lose.
Oh, there's still 40 minutes to go.
But they could have been 9 points adrift. They could still be 9 points adrift if they lose.
Yeah, it's important, but I think the pride, they realised that they did have problems. They knew that the things weren't working out. We mentioned the fact that Jonathan Davis's return would always help. It does, because his kicking game has been exceptional, especially the high bombs. I mean, there was a couple there that had snow on them. That's how high.
Indeed so. John Thursfield got everything underway, though. Never scored for Warrington until tonight. 54 matches. Didn't he enjoy this moment?
Certainly did. It was a beautiful breakthrough there by Bateman. Very rare you see a missed tackle from Paul Newlev going high. But this is the key factor. There you can see the centre quickly getting on with the job. Also by John Thursfield. Bradford was still going backwards and they were caught on the hop.
This is the Paul Cullen try. This is the man who really was wound up for this.
Well, Mackie is a genius at getting the ball right, and we mentioned Cullen, run the arc, beautiful try. You've got to give them full credit. It's not a matter of Bradford just leaving the gap. They are creating the gap. They're making it happen.
Here's a try for Alan Bateman that brings a big smile to Mike Nicholas's face, I'm sure.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? He took it on the half volley. But Bateman realised that both the centre and the winger was there. I'm not so sure that the winger David Myers will want to see that so often. He just seemed to hesitate right on the line and paid the price. But this was sheer magic. The combination of Francis Maloney, Davis, the neat little kick through, that was a planned move, and that brings a big smile to my face, and I bet it brought a smile to the coach, Brian Johnson, too.
Indeed so. It was a terrific try, and I know that Mike Nicholas was there watching that with us, and Mike, you, I know, enjoyed that moment when Davis got over under the sticks.
Absolutely. They're back now, Warrington, because that's the best performance this season since the St Helens game at home, and the defence tonight was superb, or it is superb, and let's hope they can carry it on.
Well, that's from a Warrington point of view. Steve, the Bradford Northern point of view, they are unbeaten. They are 8 out of 8, 100% league leaders. Pride now comes into it, doesn't it?
Well, pride, a lot of it, but I think the fact that they've got to get used to the fact that they've got to keep hold of the ball. They have not played their 6 out on a regular basis. Their kicking game hasn't been all that well, and they've never really got into it. Let's give full credit to the Warrington defence. They've moved it up exceptionally well. They've not allowed them. They've been forcing Bradford into a one-out play situation. We've never seen a combination. We haven't seen the ball get out wide no more than, say, 2 or 3 occasions. I'm sure that their coach, Peter Fox, will have plenty to say. I think we will see the forwards running more at the angle, trying to squeeze out the half break. At this point in time, in that first half, all they were doing were just playing down the middle, and they were being forced into it, and they couldn't realise it. I'm sure that Peter Fox will be telling them that.
Well, the Australians, you know, have made sure that they have booked into hotels that have got Sky Television and Sky Sports beamed in, and they will be watching this because Wales against Australia, you can see that match on October the 30th. The game played in the afternoon, and we shall see the whole game at 7:30 that evening. Wales against Australia. The Aussies, Mike Nicholas, will be picking out the names now of Davis and Bateman.
Obviously, yeah, they're very thorough. You know, Bozo is known for his meticulous approach to the game, so all this will be going down and recorded, and they'll probably be working on it.
And of course, Jonathan Davis certainly could also be involved in the Great Britain setup. Very interesting.
Well, I think it's interesting. I think it'll be pleasing for the new coach, Ellery Hanley, to see Davis in such blistering form.
Well, we hear, by the way, tonight that the captaincy and vice-captaincy of Great Britain will be announced on Monday at a news conference at Rugby League headquarters. So all the conjecture, all the speculation will be over come Monday. The man will be named who will lead Great Britain in the Test series against the Australians. That's all to come. This is the match that we have for you on the Big League tonight, and what a match it is proving to be, particularly if you're a Warrington fan and a Welshman. Jonathan Davis with that try. There's quite a bit of distance at half-time between the two.
Uncharted territory for Bradford Northern this season. They are trailing in a match in the Big League at half-time. 20 points to 2. 4 tries for Warrington, 2 goals from Davis, just the 1 goal from Derek Fox. And Bradford really have got it all to do in the second 40 minutes if they're to maintain that 100% record. Paul Cullen, the man who scored his first try in that first half for 11 months, and he looks really, really pumped up for this one. Brian Johnson, the Warrington coach, with Bill Arthur.
Brian must be very happy with that first 40.
Yeah, it's been a good 40 minutes for us, hasn't it?
Everything go according to plan?
We only planned to score 12 points, so we've done better than planned.
But even, I understand that final try was the result of you spotting an opportunity.
No, I was calling something else. They spot opportunities, I just stand up there and panic, I'm afraid.
The plan in the second half?
We've just got to keep our intensity going, you know, and realise that Bradford are a very good side, and if we forget that, then they're capable of scoring a lot of points.
But certainly happy up to this point.
Up to this stage, I'm happy, but you don't get winning pay at half-time. So.
Very sensible, the attitude from Brian Johnson. He's on his way up now to his favourite spot on the front row of the director's box to watch the second half of this match from the very top drawer of the Stones for the Championship. 20 points to 2. Warrington are ahead. Bradford restart, and Mackey collects it behind his own try line. Forster, with his right leg now bandaged, will run the ball out.
Well, who would have thought that scoreline? Warrington 20, Bradford 2. Of course, we have many viewers all over the world, serving with the British forces overseas, and one particular guy, a big Bradford fan, Mark Hammond. I'm sure he won't be too impressed with that scoreline, but we've got 40 minutes. Sit back and enjoy.
Indeed so. You might have noticed one or two different numbers. McDermott and Caldwell have been withdrawn by Peter Fox and David Heron and Paul Medley, 14 and 15, and there is David Heron in on the tackling straight away on Paul Cullen. They have been brought on to shore up what has been a pretty rocky Bradford Northern first half. Watson will run the ball out.
Far too many elementary mistakes from the Bradford side, and I'm sure that Peter Fox would have plenty to say in the half-time break. But they've got to start getting things organised. Running the angles like that is one of them.
Medley with the run. It's already the most number of tries for that Bradford have conceded in a match all season this. Warrington 20, Bradford Northern 2. Bourneville looking, noticing that Newlove has arrived in support, and hasn't Alan Bateman done a job on Paul Newlove tonight?
Over the top, impact all the time. He's coming out on top. We'll have to look towards Paul Newlove to pull something out of the top drawer. Believe you me, Bradford Northern need it.
This is Heron. Heron with the ball to Myers, who clips it over the top of Forster, but it's a bit too strong. Penny is just able to watch that ball run dead. But Bradford know they have to be inventive in this second half. Myers then, perhaps he just had a bit too much meat on his plate at tea time.
Been a long time since I've seen both the Bradford centres virtually eliminated from the game. And another mistake there.
Yeah, Yestin Harris, he believes the ball was stolen from him, and he's right. It was David Frace.
Just getting back to the two centre partners, Frace and Newlove, I've never seen them as quiet in any game that I've ever seen these two players.
Yes, they have been kept quiet by the Welsh combination of Bateman and Davis. You have to give credit for play like that, but he is Medley, a man who can turn matches with strong runs. He has scored plenty of tries in his career. My, how Bradford would love one now. But they are piling into the tackle, these Warrington forwards. Fox to Watson. Fairbank held by Maguire. Watson there again. Now Powell, who drops it, and the horror error count continues for Bradford.
Took his eyes off the football there. They could see the prop forward Gary Tees coming towards him. Get out of the way. Caught one for his corner as well. They really have been fired up, haven't they, the Warrington pack tonight? Started out like a whirlwind and continuing to do so.
Mackey with the possession from the scrum. It's with Maloney, whose lovely grubber kick through produced that try for Jonathan Davis right on half-time. I think, as Brian Johnson said, they would have been happy to go in with a 12-point advantage at 14-2. As it is, they've got a real bonus now, 20 points to 2. Bradford 45 tries so far, 2 points clear of Wigan. After tonight, Wigan will have 2 games in hand. Wigan involved against the Australians tomorrow. Bradford with a big opportunity to open up a gap, but Warrington in no mood to let them. Thursfield appealing that the 2 Bradford players would not let Maloney to his feet. Donahue chasing Davis. Davis gets away and then hoists a high kick. Underneath it, nobody in particular except Roy Powell. And Davis is down in back play. He was hit after the ball had gone. Myers with the run, strong tackling. Oh, well, he was sandwiched. It was Dixon and Fairbank.
But what a great kick again from Jonathan Davis. The height that he's getting on this football. You could see that all the Warrington side had the timing up, and that's a bad mistake, but he went back.
Play on. Warrington had stopped, Newlove hadn't, and Cullen was there.
Just getting back to the fact that those high kicks allow Warrington to get onside. so they can all be involved in both attack and defence.
Oh, Heron to nobody in particular. Davis after it, but Heron did really well, and then his feet just went over the white line. Well, it was a horror from Heron, but didn't he recover well?
Well, he dummied first and allowed Summers to go past to him. You can see the left boot on the whitewash. On the line, he's out.
18th consecutive season in the First Division for David Heron.
Davis in the background receiving treatment.
Warrington will play on with Bateman. David Heron, as I say, 18 consecutive seasons in the First Division. No one comes close to him with a record like that. Tremendous consistency. He's never played in the Second Division. Doesn't want to. He'll be playing, if he's still around, this time next year in the Premier League. Warrington in possession, 10 metres inside that Bradford half. Driving run by Tees, a bit of a clash of heads though, I think.
That's a style of play that they need in now, Warrington. Just take it tight, don't push it. They don't have to panic. Oh, that's been taken down. It'll be classed as a knock-on, but I think you'll find a few fingers were involved. Heron again. Well, since David Heron's come onto this field for the second half, he's been involved. He's tried to flop all over the players, slow the game down somewhat. Let's not forget that Bradford were caught napping on a few occasions with quick play of the balls.
Watson. Wrapped up by Shelford and Maloney. They're back. Good tackling this by Warrington. They're claiming that Furbank lost the ball. Referee and touch judge say to Bradford, play on. Here's Newlove. Gets the ball away to Watson. Watson running diagonally. That's good tackling. Cullen again, hasn't he? Had a big game, Paul Cullen. Medley. Ryan Johnson watching on from the front row of that stand. Alongside him, Clive Griffiths, Welsh team coach. He'll be a happy man too. Assistant coach here at Witherspool, in charge of Wales. Don't forget Wales, Australia, Sky Sports, October 30th. Fox with a little dink over the top. Into the arms of Davis. Don't forget that one. Exclusive to Sky Sports. Wales and Australia from Ninian Park, Cardiff. 30th of October. Looking forward to that. Maguire with the drive downfield. 10 metres inside the northern half again. Here is Mackey. He gets it on to Maloney. Long ball from Maloney to Harris. Thought about taking on Frace down the outside. Frace, the Frenchman, equal to it. Mackey. Little gap for Mackey. Cullen just couldn't get away from Medley. Thursfield to Davis. Drop goal attempt from Davis. Straight as an arrow. Long range. Davis deadly.
All the time in the world. Superb kick. The execution there brings a smile to all the Warrington fans. Despair to Bradford. Come away with 1 point, better than nothing. The kicking game, so important now this second half. Realising that Bradford now have to start risking more and more dodgy passes. Catch-up football from them.
21 points to 2 then. Jonathan Davis with the drop goal. His second one-pointer of this campaign. Lee Penny. I agree with you, Steve-O. Frace, Newlove, Watson, Summers. They've been quiet, as has Fox. Never seen them quite so quiet.
The Warrington defence have moved up very quickly though all night. They're a different side from what we've seen earlier in the season. Pair of hands in there again, taking the ball down. Looked like David Heron or Paul Medley. Well, Medley it was. Well, it's problem time for Bradford, and this man Derek Fox, their skipper, how he can get things going. They need it.
And Heron with a good run, tremendous run, halted by the defensive quality of Bateman again. Now Newlove, can he spark a Bradford revival? Well, not with tackling like that. They really have cut down the space that Newlove can exploit. Bourneville.
We saw on that occasion that Newlove appeared to me to just check and stop. He's not running onto the pass. Well, he's coming to this game with an injury, hard to say, but he certainly has been quiet.
Bradford, though, close to those Warrington posts now. Donoghue back to Fox. Grubbers it through for Watson. And Davis was back there. But the ball's gone straight up in the air. It's bounced. And who has it? Warrington do. Well, Bradford Northern player had it, but the referee has ruled he was held up. Was he over the line?
Davis got the right boot to it there. Watson was steaming in. And I think you'll find that it's Mark Foster that comes up with this. Bounced around, he had a chance to hook at Jason Donoghue, collided with someone. He flew high, got a bad knock. Clash of heads, I think, there. Forster with his back to Donoghue, collided.
Donoghue just being led around the back of the posts. He's obviously a little dazed. It's Bradford back in possession. Forster was the man held up behind his own line. Drop out from the sticks. This is Watson. Watson for the first time. His pass inside looking for Furbank. Only found Maguire.
And that was a head-eye challenge there. I think you'll find Watson's been spoken to. Now Watson took the ball through, tried to keep it alive. It came off Maguire. And then when Mackey tried to pick this ball up, it's a pretty heavy challenge. Looked like Summers to me. Dixon was involved. Referee John Connolly very quick to spot it. He's blamed Dixon. Well, I think that's about the third time that words of wisdom have come from the referee John Connolly.
But it wasn't Dixon, it was Summers.
Yeah, well, Dixon every right to chunt it to himself. It just has not been Bradford's night. They have not been allowed to play the fluent football we've seen so far this season.
With news of a substitution from Bill.
Well, that knock to Jason Donoghue you saw a few moments has obviously opened up a nasty wound on his forehead. He's gone straight off the pitch, straight down the tunnel to the dressing rooms. He gave the signal that he was not going to be taking any further part in this game. Looked a very bad cut. On has come Brian McDermott in his place, who was replaced at half-time.
Cullen, meanwhile, the script stays the same for Warrington. McDermott returns, 13 on his back. And penalty against Bradford. Cullen about to play the ball and was interfered with.
Derek Fox had made the tackle, made another attempt to him. He had to give the penalty to the referee John Connolly. Frustration creeping into the Bradford game. And what a great kick.
Makes so much ground, doesn't it? 10 metres from the line now. Lovely reverse ball. Everyone was confused then, but not the Bradford defence. Tees was the man driving it in. This is Mackey. Fires the pass into the arms of Maloney. Bateman wants to get on with it quickly. This is Maguire. 10 metres from the Bradford posts. Maguire's head guard has dropped over his eyes. This is Hilton. I hope he gets the head guard up to watch that run in. That's how close Warrington are. Thursfield back to Mackey. Long ball out wide to Bateman. Bateman tries to get the pass out to Forster, and one-handed, he just couldn't keep hold of it.
Just a little bit too low from the well-centred Bateman. You see the ball just dipping there. That was pretty close. Forster could have sneaked in. Myers just caught 1 yard inside from the touchline. He's had a big game, Alan Bateman.
Bradford then in possession. They're aiming to become the first Yorkshire side since Halifax in 1986 to win the big league title. have it all to do here in the closing 25 minutes. 19 points adrift. It's a terrific tackling display. Frace was surely tackled there, and the referee agrees he was tackled.
The arm made contact with the ground. There you'll see it. That means it's completed. Don't just carry on just because the man's rolled away from you. Good tackle from young Easton Harris. This will be the best of nights for the Frenchman David Frace, or for his teammates. It's getting to that point now, Eddie, where Peter Fox has got to throw the last dice. He's got to bring people like David Watson into the stand-up position. Got to try the little kick over. Watson is the man that can produce the touch of magic. As we watch the replay,
Davis decides that he will try for the 2. It's the angle that he's got. 20 metres in the Bradford half. So Davis then, 50% success rate so far. The Wilderspool crowd and Peter Fox just wait. The crowd will tell you that Jonathan Davis has kicked another 2 points for Warrington. He is so important to this side.
the boy is back with a vengeance. Look at this. Sweet as they come.
Davis then with the 2 points. Extra 2 for Warrington, 23 points to Bradford's 2. Little short kick-off from Derek Fox. And the irony in Jonathan Davis's performance here for the Bradford Northern coach, Peter Fox, is the fact that that man was the first rugby league coach to try and sign Jonathan Davis when he was in charge at Headingley in 1986. He tried to get him and snare him for Leeds. Then Davis would have none of it. But now he has joined the big league. And his talents have lit up tonight's match, there's no doubt about that.
They're running with confidence, Warrington now, running from dummy half. This Bradford side are really disjointed. Let's hope they don't lose their marbles either. There's been a lot of talking out there.
Davis, another towering kick, this time too deep.
Can't get it right all the time, but he knows at 23 points to 2, the kicking game for the remaining minutes will be the key factor. Hard work from the Warrington pack. Just keep launching that ball downfield.
Well, Warrington, who lost by 16 points to 10 at Odsal this season earlier, with Paul Cullen sent off, are on course for revenge.
Well, you can see the Warrington side failed to come back the 10 metres.
Bradford, as league leaders, they will keep it going to the end. 21 minutes to rescue the match. 21 minutes, 21 points.
Not standing square, they play the ball. Desperation time now, Bradford. You can see the Australians stood to one side. You must stand directly behind each other. First and second marker. It should be back to 6.
And it is. Referee wipes the tackle count down. Here's Medley. Bounces off one. Gets the ball away. But the Warrington smother defence. Summers nowhere to go with tackling like that. Penny and Harris. Heron. A try now for Bradford, and it will be very interesting. Dixon. Trying to barge his way to the line. 8 metres short. Bourneville at dummy half. They're lining up wide out on the right. Fox goes that way, then comes back inside. Powell hangs on with fingertips. 20 minutes left. Watson for the line, gets it out to Medley. Medley gets it out to Summers. Warrington's defence tonight has been superb, and what's more, Summers has lost it. It's a knock-on.
Well played by the youngster Euston Harris, coming in off the wing. Ball jolted free. Second marker. A tough evening for the number 6, Neil Summers. Blood trickling down the face.
Warrington have made a change. Bill has the details.
Big Bruce Maguire leaves the pitch to an ovation from the Warrington supporters. He really has worked hard for his team tonight. On in his place has come another experienced player. Gary Sanderson, 27 years old, slots into that pack. He's made over 200 appearances for the club, really is a seasoned campaigner and has come through a lot of injury to still be present tonight.
So Gary Sanderson, the man who's come on for Bruce Maguire.
Good work again by Harris. He's worked hard, helping the forwards. You get 3/4 coming in off the wing and sharing the workload.
That was Sanderson who got the ball away to Forster. Forster, that's a forward pass to Harris. Referee says play on.
I'm afraid this Bradford defence is just stood around now. They're completely shot to pieces.
Mackie, a scampering run. Sanderson manages to hang on, keeps the movement going to Thursfield. Bateman, the little dab through again from Bateman. He was hauled down by Dixon. It's going to be penalty try.
No try, he says. Bateman can't believe it. There's a guy with glasses in the crowd, looks as though he's going to have a heart attack.
Well, the referee might have said that there was a doubt that this ball would have stayed in play.
He's the boss.
It's no try, but the referee has given Dixon 10 minutes in the sin bin.
Well, if that's a professional foul, there's one out wide as well. You could see that the winger gets taken out.
Yeah, but he's saying there that the ball would have beaten Bateman to the dead ball line.
Jeez. I was never any good at algebra. But I tell you what, John Connolly must be pretty good. Talk about pi r square.
Well, I can see the reasoning.
If that's not a slide rule decision, what is?
I can see his reasoning. It was the ball was moving. I know Bateman was on his way too, but he said the ball would have beaten Bateman anyway. That's what he's ruled.
Thank you.
All right.
Accepted.
I'm no good at algebra either, by the way. Davis then with this penalty for the professional foul on Bateman. Dixon reflects. The crowd telling everyone to hush. Davis kicks another 2. 25 points to 2. Here's the great debate. Off you go.
Beautiful play again from Bateman. He's really been the start of the show. Interference all the way through. I'm not going to get involved with that particular incident again, Eduardo. Either way, that man, I think, was denied a chance.
We'll close the book on that. Oh, Heron came across and over the top, and Forster did not like it. And as you said, and you picked it out a while ago, the referee's got a problem here because Bradford are beginning to lose patience.
Well, it's just gone, hasn't it? Swinging arm there from the substitute David Heron. Came off the top of the shoulder. Either way, it finished up in the face. There you see Heron explaining to John Connolly. I hit his shoulder. Then it went into his face. Either way, it's a painful exercise for the winger, Mark Forster. He won't mind what occurred. He knows that he received one.
Davis has taken a very quick tap. Well, it wasn't quick, but it was short. They had all the Bradford side halfway up the field, and Davis decided just to tap it to himself. Now then, how have these two sides been finishing in the last quarter? picks it up.
Overrun the football there. A little bit too ambitious now, Warrington, but the confidence must be riding high. 25-2. The tackling has been superb from this Warrington outfit. Moved up quickly, causing a lot of problems for Bradford's attack.
Bradford in possession with Summers, gets away from Davis, can't get away from Harris or Maloney. Warrington have done a really good job on the Bradford Northern Stars. There's one of them, Watson. That bounces off the feet of Forster, and Thursfield picks up the pieces.
Not the best pass from the prop forward, Bourneville. But full credit to Bradford to at least they are trying. The superb delayed pass from the fullback David Watson. He's the man that really can spark this Bradford side. But not he is having much success against this keen Warrington defence.
Thursfield and Sanderson. Last tackle here for Warrington. They're still inside their own half. Davis will put good to ball now. And drills it down into the opposite corner. Frace, the man who's underneath it. But Warrington's chase was too eager. It's straight inside the 10. Frace takes a quick tap. Wants to get on with it.
See how the defence moved up quickly there. The Australian Greg Mackey moved in on the angle, forced Derek Fox into one-out play again. We really have got that defence working tonight.
Yes, it's been a tremendous effort, but that's not tremendous. Swinging arm. And back-chatted, he's been marched 10 metres down.
Thursfield it was that went in on the first tackle. It was Gary Tees that had a few words to say.
So Bradford then, with a chance here with Fairbank. This is a tester now of this Warrington defence. It's been pummeled and has run and chased. Can they stand up this late in the game?
Oh, that was a swinging arm. That should be penalised. The intent was there. It was Paul Cullen with the right swinger. You don't have to contact to be penalised.
Fox sees a little gap. Maloney took a crack then as he closed the door. Can they close the door on Watson? They do this time. It's the last tackle. Oh, and Fox makes a meal of it. Knocks on to play the ball, trying to get the ball away so quickly.
Didn't just have the fingertip control. Reaching out whilst bending. Not the best position.
13-10, the handling errors in Bradford's favour. The scoreline very much in Warrington's favour, 25 points to 2. Yestin Harris. Warrington have done an excellent job on Bradford thus far.
That's been an area where they've been caught, Bradford Northern, on many occasions. Quick play of the ball, very slow to get the second marker working. Few problems for Bradford coach Peter Fox. Came here riding high, top of the big league. Confidence would have been shaken after tonight's performance.
It's a terrific boost for Wigan too, isn't it? The league leaders toppled. Forward pass. Harris will have to come back, even though he's got the ball away to Lee Penny, but Maloney's ball out wide was forward.
I think it's right as well. Just overran it slightly, did the youngster. 50-50. But we all know that John Connolly is pretty good with the slide rule.
Substitutions being made downstairs, Bill.
Gary Tees, who was in trouble with the referee just a moment ago, is coming off, and he's going to be replaced by Bruce Maguire, the man who's only just had a breather. Maguire back on, and Tees leaves to a big round of applause from the Wire supporters.
Yes, no wonder. Job well done. He's worked hard as Gary Tees. Former Barrow player, his father Eddie, by the way, one of the best goal kickers in the game, and he played in the 1973 Wembley final for Bradford Northern. Ten minutes to go then. Warrington's half so far, 55% to 45% in their favour in the second half here. Heron, nowhere to go. New Love, dummy half. Fox, angled kick again, and Sanderson the man who snuffs out the danger for Warrington.
Well, we saw the kick again from Derek Fox back on the angle, but it was read by the substitute Sanderson well. Nothing coming off for Bradford tonight.
Don't forget, on Sunday we've got Saints against Leeds for you, including highlights from all the other First Division games played on Sunday afternoon. Warrington, Bradford, Saints against Leeds. Super entertainment from superstars in the Super League. We have a little more than 8 minutes to go. 25 points to 2. Warrington look like they're going to close the gap on Bradford. Davis punches the ball into the corner. I think it just found the right side of the corner flag.
Pinpoint accuracy. Super kick there from Jonathan Davis. As we mentioned before, he's back. The importance of having a control kicker, and the return of Jonathan Davis, I'm sure, has helped his fellow Welshman Alan Bateman lift the game. It's also allowed Maloney and Mackey to get on with the link situation. Their combination will grow and get better and better. On tonight's performance, I've been most impressed.
Myers runs the ball out as Bradford Northern come back to full complement. Paul Dixon is out of the sin bin and back on the field for the last 7 minutes or so, and there he is, a happy man, though you wouldn't know it by looking at that face. Brian Johnson must be delighted. His team has worked very, very hard for this win it will surely be now.
You could see there that the Bradford attack so flat. Really have just lost the enthusiasm. Well beaten tonight.
Lovely play from Watson. Summers just couldn't hold on to it, and inevitably the man picking up the pieces for Warrington was Davis. Tried to milk the penalty from John Connolly for the challenge by David Frace. The Wigan referee would have none of it.
Neat little chip over. Summers just couldn't get to it.
Thursfield to Mackey, and Maguire, pass to no one in particular, and Bradford will have that back. Here's Watson, now Heron. Oh, again, the scrambling defence from Warrington, restricting the Bradford Northern side to that sort of risky business, which came off. Newlove hangs on. Cullen with him, gets it away to Burbank, but another error from Powell. And that, I'm afraid, has been the story of Bradford's night. Unenforced errors.
Well, there's no point in losing the plot, was there? Because that's been the mode all through this evening for Bradford Northern.
Kelly Shelford leaves the Wilderspool stage for Michael Wainwright, 19-year-old, another of the young breed here at Wilderspool, one for the future. This is his home debut, by the way.
Nice play by Francis Maloney there. They anticipated the fact that he was going to kick over again, which brought them a try just before the half-time break. But he threw the dummy, really squeezed his way through. A little bit of interference there. Arm throwing, there it is. The elbow, touch judged straight in. Carl Fairbank will be the culprit. Well, he's had a lot of patience tonight, as John Connolly, the referee. Quite a few players on either side have had a little chat from that fellow. Been a warm evening for the merry whistleblower too. Fast and furious.
Davis then with this penalty attempt. Just one more kick coming up for Davis. Four from 6 attempts. Another long-range effort. Another chance of 2 more, but not this time.
He knows it was close, but the main thing that it went in dead. They'll receive the dropout.
So Bradford will restart with a drop on their own 20-metre mark. Good length on it too. Sanderson collects it first bounce. Met by Powell. Is this night, Steve-O, the night when Warrington take a big jump off the springboard and go on to greater things in the big league this season?
Well, it certainly will be the springboard in my book, because Warrington, very patchy start to the season. They admitted that before the game. But when you get the big guns back, like Jonathan Davis, the new signing, Francis Maloney, he's fitted in well. It augurs well.
Here's Cullen. That's a good defensive stint from Paul Newlove. Now Wainwright and Bateman and Forster gets away from Newlove. Forster through that one that drops the ball. Myers and Forster, not the best of friends at the moment.
Well, they're not exchanging mouth guards, that's for sure. Look at him going far too high. He was only a fingertip away, wasn't he? Good positioning by the referee, John Connolly. He saw it all. But I'm afraid the missed tackles and the very poor attempts from some of the Bradford players there will earn themselves quite a ticking off from their coach, Peter Fox.
No try, John Connolly ruled. I don't know what Mark Forster expected David Myers to do then. It seemed to me he was just hauling him back by the collar and stopped to 4 points. Crunching tackle on McDermott. Referee will play the first knock on. Settled in well, hasn't he, Francis Maloney? Patiently waited his chances.
Good combination between Greg Mackey and that youngster.
This is Penny now. Here is Forster trying to make amends for that drop ball. But in the last minute of normal time, plus stoppages. Penny.
Where's Jonathan?
He's setting himself if they want another drop goal attempt. Sanderson meanwhile will charge towards the line. It was a good run from Gary Sanderson. Here's Mackey. Maloney. Wainwright. Bateman. Another little kick through, this time for Forster, who just misses. Myers did enough that time to put him off again.
Just shows you how the kicking game can break down any defence. Fingertip control, not there on that occasion. He's had a good season, Mark Forster.
Has indeed 9 tries, enjoying one of his best starts to a season for some time. His best ever try return, incidentally, Mark Forster, was 16 10 years ago. He's way on course for that. Well, just 15 seconds of stoppage time, and that's how important this win is to Warrington. Paul Cullen and Gary Sanderson embrace in celebration of the 2 points. Cullen having a little word down the ear of David Heron. Alan Bateman put in an excellent display. A great win for Warrington. Mackey led from the front, and Bradford Northern know this is quite a blow to them. Their 100% record goes west at Wilderspool. Warrington 25 points, Bradford Northern 2. What will this do to the title ambitions of both sides?
You're watching Sky Sport.
A great night for Warrington. They've won here by 25 points to 2. Thursfield, Cullen, Bateman, Davis with the golden boot, and Derek Fox with just the 2 points for Bradford Northern. 5,500 here to see it. The match just about all wrapped up at half-time, and Warrington led by 20 points to 2. Well, let's hear now from a couple of the Warrington stars of the night. Paul Cullen shortly, but first of all, the Welshman Alan Bateman.
Alan, that was hard work, but well worth it, I should imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very physical game. We knew Bradford was a big pack, and our boys just went out there, worked hard, and I think I played them up front. It was great.
But behind the pack, I think defence was also a key element of your game, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had to hassle them all the time. We knew they were going to offload all the time, and we kept on going up in waves, and they had no answer to it, really.
For Paul Newlove to be shut out of a game, as he was tonight, says something about your defence.
Well, I think it was over him like a rash, really, most of the game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Perhaps he didn't as much, but I'm just glad we won in the end.
Still had time to sneak in for a try as well.
Yeah, I need to score, because a lot of people got me in this sweep thing, so everybody's egging me on. I'm scoring 1 or 2 this year.
You're fond of that little grubber through, aren't you?
Most have ever done it. I have to stop doing it. The coach will stop me, I think.
From the Warrington point of view, this victory really could set you up for great things now.
Well, yeah, I said prior to the match, we need to keep winning till Christmas, and we well in with a shout from there on in. It's just beating Wigan. That's the problem.
Well, last time out, Bradford beat Warrington 16-10, and Paul Cullen got sent off, so revenge must be very sweet this time round.
Certainly is, yes. I was very, very keen on discipline tonight, and only aired on 1 or 2 minor occasions. And I'm happy with my performance. We put in some big hits, and we put a very, very good Bradford Northern pack. We put them backwards, and we worked extremely well as a 6. I'm very happy with the way the Warrington forwards went. And if we can make as many yards and as many dents in any defence like that, we've got the quality in the back line to break open anybody in the 3 quarters. Bateman superb, Davis superb, the rest of the 3-quarter line gone superbly well. I'm happy with our performance tonight. This is the start now, hopefully, of the Warrington season.
Well, the reaction from the players and from the crowd was as though this was the title decider next May, April.
Well, it was a bottle decider, to be honest. It was a game that let us show whether we have the bottle, whether we have the guts for a championship race. And we took on a very, very good Bradford Northern side, a side that's gone extremely well so far this season, and beat them at their own game. We knocked the forwards backwards, and our backs made many breaks and came away with some superb tries and thrilled the Warrington faithful, and that's what we're in business for.
My word, it was a hard game.
It certainly was. We knew the first 20, if not the first 1 minute, was going to be was going to set the stall for the game. And we went out all guns blazing, and I think surprised the Bradford Northern pack, a side full of internationals. And hopefully we send a message out to everybody now that we've not played very well so far this season. Hopefully now we're back with a bang, and we have to bring this kind of performance into every game that we play, and not to go away from Wilderspool and put in some of the dismal performances we've put in so far. So hopefully Warrington are now back within a chance of pushing Wigan for the title.
They are indeed. There are the statistics behind an excellent Warrington display, and as you can see, they bossed each half, first half possession and second half. It was all Warrington on the night. I'm no doubt that there is a delighted Warrington coach, Brian Johnson, talking now to Bill.
Brian, it's still early days in the season, really, but that must be a very pleasing win for you.
Yeah, it was a very good performance against the side that's previously unbeaten this year. It's the first time we've beaten them in a few years, and it was a good victory, a good performance from us.
The reaction from the crowd and from the players at the end was one of joy, as though this was a cup tie.
Well, it was an important game for us. We started this season with high hopes, and we lost a few games that we wouldn't have thought we would lose. And we had a fair bit to prove, I guess, to our spectators that we're a good side, and we can play better than some of the games that we've turned in so far this year.
The lads are saying that maybe this could be the start of something big for Warrington. Do you see it that way? He's keeping it going, isn't it?
Well, it is keeping it going, isn't it? It's no good beating good sides and losing to poor sides. If you want to do well in a league competition, you've got to beat the poor sides and pick up points against good sides as well. We have to beat all sides here.
How has that affected the table? Well, Warrington have now sneaked into third place ahead of Leeds and St Helens, who meet on Sky on Sunday at Knowsley Road. Bradford, they stay out in front, but the important statistic there, Wigan now with 2 games in hand, and that's how it will stay, because Wigan have the small matter of the Australians on their mind this weekend. An excellent display from Warrington. We have with us, and we have had it all evening, Mike Nicholas, the Welsh team manager and former Warrington forward. Mike, as a former member of that Warrington Packs those years ago, you'd be very delighted with what you've seen here tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, I said it was a magnificent performance. They played it perfectly the second half. They used their kicking game. They shut down Bradford completely and contained them. The interesting fact is, Eddie, a lot of people don't realise that Warrington, of the first 9 games this season, they played 6 away from home in Yorkshire. So there's a long way to go.
A lot of football still to be played, isn't it?
A lot of football still to be played.
And you must be pleased, just briefly, with the performance of the Welshmen. Bateman had a stormer, Davis played well, Harris, he's growing in stature every game, isn't he?
Yeah, tremendous performance from the boys. And I hope the rest of the boys are looking on and learning. I'll take it from there.
I hope they've not shot their bolt before the 30th of October. I'm sure they haven't. There's a real challenge coming up, of course, for the Welsh. Australia, as we've been saying all the way through this evening, and you'll be able to see the match here on Sky Sports. Steve-O, what do you say? Where did Bradford go from here? That was a real hiding.
It was. I think the biggest problem for their coach Peter Fox is that the ease in which Warrington closed them down. As I mentioned at the half-time break, I've never seen Newlove or Frace be shut out of a game so easy and so completely. They never got into the swing of things. Bradford were completely outplayed. They were not allowed to get into it. Simple as that.
The Newlove situation, I think, is not only worrying for Bradford, Steve-O, it's worrying for Great Britain as well, because the Aussies watching in their hotel over in Leeds, they'll know that Newlove, who we have said, and rightly so, is one of the best in the world, can be stopped.
Of course it can be stopped. Anyone can be stopped, and you don't have to tell the Australians. They know everything about defensive qualities. They base their whole game around defensive qualities. They have then the power to go on for it. We've said many, many times that we can do well for 60 minutes. We've got to do it for the full 80.
Absolutely. Let's have a look what's coming up on Sky Sports. Sunday, 7:30, St Helens against Leeds, and don't forget all the highlights, that means all the tries, from all the other First Division matches played that day. Next Friday, at this time, we'll be wrapping Oldham against Widnes. Well, I have an exclusive at the Watersheddings next Friday night at 7 o'clock. Boots and all on Tuesday to discuss, well, amongst other things, the announcement of the Great Britain captaincy, which will be given to the world's media on Monday at Chapeltown Road. And don't forget, Wales against Australia. Sunday, October the 30th at 7:30, exclusive to Sky Sports. That's one we are all looking forward to, and Mike Nicholas, I'm sure. Tomorrow at 1:30, we have the best of the Courage League in Rugby Union, Northampton against Harlequins. That's exclusively live for you on Sky Sports 2. And Super Sunday, Newcastle United, the entertainers, against Kenny Dalglish's Blackburn Rovers. Kevin Keegan against Kenny Dalglish. Thanks to Mike and Mike, the two Mikes. See Steve-O, of course, on Sunday. We will see Mike Nicholas on the 30th of October. We'll see you, I hope, at Knowsley Road Sunday night. Bye-bye.